that after waiting for 4 good years, 4 years of pain, tests, drugs, and everything to get pregnant, she finally got pregnant just to have premature labor after 5 months. And when she was rushed to the hospital, they found out that the baby was born blind and his mouth was affected, had a small mouth. And when they found out the cause of the premature labor, they found out that she had STD. And she was shocked that she had only been sleeping with her husband, just to find out that the husband infected her with STD. And when she told the husband about it, the husband wasn't bothered because he has a baby mama that has given birth to another child for him. And this baby mama had the gall to post on social media and tag this woman that my baby is healthy. Can you imagine this? Just hold on, let's read the full story. Good morning, Joro. Anonymous, thanks for sharing in advance. It took me 4 years to get pregnant. 4 long, dry years. I did everything: prayer, fasting, hospital visit, vitamins, herbs from home. I was poked, scanned, tested like I'm a science project. The day I finally saw those 2 lines on the test strip, I knelt down and cried in the bathroom. My husband said God is good, but he didn't even hug me. Still, I told myself it was joy in his own way. I just wanted peace. I just wanted my child. Then in my 5th month, I started feeling sharp pains. My back, my stomach, something didn't feel right. I went to the ER and everything turned into panic. They said my water had broken early. I had an infection. They rushed me to surgery. I barely saw my baby when he came out. It was so small. I was even afraid to ask if he was alive. They put him in NICU right away. His eyes are still shut. His mouth can't even hold a pacifier. I only touch him with gloves. I cry every time I leave the hospital. The doctor told me I had an STD. STD? As a how? Who am I sleeping with? I just sat there on the hospital bed shaking. I've been married to one man, just one man. He gave it to me. The infection is what caused the premature labor. It was like my world collapsed twice in 1 week. I told him and he didn't even flinch. He didn't even say sorry. He just said, I didn't know I had anything. The next day, he brought his pastor to the house saying he wants to give his life to Christ. So I guess I'm supposed to clap for him? As if that wasn't enough, his mother flew in from Nigeria and she said I'm the cause. She said I don't dress well at home. My hair is unkempt and that I don't pray enough. That's why my baby came out early and that's why our son was looking outside. She said all women go through things, so stop crying. I almost slapped her, but my body was too weak. I hadn't even stopped bleeding. They were treating my baby with tubes, and she was blaming me for not wearing lipstick in the kitchen. Sometimes I don't even want to look at my baby, and that guilt alone is killing me slowly. He didn't ask for this life. He's fighting every day in that incubator, and I don't feel strong enough to be his mother. Meanwhile, the same husband that broke me, his baby mama posted online, my son is healthy and thriving, no shame. She even tagged me. So he has another child, so he doesn't even care if mine lives or dies. All those nights he said he was working late, he was sleeping with that other lady. Jerry, I want to sue him for negligence, for emotional damage, for everything. But my mother said I should leave it to God, that God would judge him. I'm tired of waiting for God's judgment while I sit in pain. I gave my whole life to this man, my youth, my prayers, my health, and now my baby is in a machine because of him. I don't know if I can forgive. I don't even know if I want to stay. All I know is I need help. I need peace. I don't want to lose myself. Everyone keeps telling me to forgive him. How do I forgive such? Chances are my baby may never be 100%. Sometimes I pray God take him and give me another one. His pastor said, God is testing me to be a virtuous woman. I'm almost running mad. I'll be reading comments. Please advise. Now this thing is so touching to me because just today, my wife put to birth. I was privileged to be in the theater watching the pain she was going through to give birth. And I imagined the joy I felt when I saw my baby, carry my baby full term. And I tried to imagine what this woman would have gone through and what she's still going through, seeing her baby that way, and yet the husband is not moved. This is, to me, is like this woman married the devil. And I'm reading this story because, ladies, And this is also to men, but especially to ladies. Please, before you marry, don't just marry by feelings. Don't just marry because the person has money, or the person is connected, or the person is abroad. So when you get married to this person, you will jackpot. See, a lot of people are suffering in their marriages today because they did not marry right. The same way a lot of people are suffering, some people are enjoying because they married right. And please don't let the stories make you feel like marriage is a scam, marriage are not working. No. I've been married for 10 years, and I would tell you it's the best decision I've ever made in my life. My life is where it is today because I made that decision. If I had not married right, I don't think I'll be where I am today. Because I married right, it's like my life turned around since I got married. And I'm excited with my wife. We are excited, we're a blessing to each other. So marriage is good. But if you don't marry right, then it will be hell. So we'll go into the story and look at some lessons to draw from it. And by the way, what do you advise this lady? Please drop it in the comment. What do you advise her? What do you think she should do at this point? Because right now I feel so pain. I'm wondering, what can this woman do? But let me just draw some lessons from it and will advise this woman what to do. So I keep saying to people, especially to men, that infidelity is more dangerous than we know it. It's more dangerous. It leaves scars. I don't understand why people feel there is no big deal. Please, it leaves scars. You think it's just about cheating? No, it has ripple effects. Look at the disease that this woman was infected with that now happened to affect the baby. It has ripple effect. Men and women, please understand that affair you want to have outside with that lady or that man, it has ripple effect. Causes emotional traumas. Even children's lives are at stake. I know that the woman feels this way, but you see, this child is innocent. No matter how the baby came, no matter the way the baby is right now, love upon that child. Believe God. Do all you can. Fight for your child. Then also looking at the way the mother-in-law is responding to the wife. Man, it shows that family, I don't know what word to use if it's not evil. That is why you need to make sure that when you want to go into marriage, check the family that your spouse is from. You're not just marrying that man or that woman. The man or the woman has family members, the mother, the father. Check it out. Because this woman obviously is evil. How can you in that state be blaming the wife when you know your son is responsible for it? So please, let us learn. Don't just jump into marriage because I love this guy, is romantic and everything. Then also need to understand that spirituality must not silence accountability. The husband is bringing the pastor home and is saying he has given his life to Christ. No, he needs to be accountable for this. He may have given his life to Christ, so that's his business. But he needs to be accountable. Bringing a pastor after infidelity is not repentance. It's just deflection. They're just trying to deflect it. So this man must take responsibility for this. Then on that thing again, the wife should understand and women should understand that forgiveness does not mean you have to stay in that marriage. Forgiveness does not mean that you have to be there and die there. Forgiveness does not mean that you have to be there and lose your mind and go mental. I know people are saying forgive. Yes, you can forgive for your own sake so that you will heal. But does not mean that you should stay in that marriage. Because what this man has done is enough for you to decide if you want to leave that marriage. Because I don't even understand if that's even a marriage at all. The last thing I want to say in a situation like this is this. When you go through things like this, when trauma hits, you need to heal. You need to go for therapy. You need support groups. You need people that will talk to you and help you. This woman is going through a lot. And I want to say to a lot of ladies, don't suffer in silence. Don't go through this and people are telling you, don't worry, just forgive and move on. No. When you find yourself in traumatic experience like this, you need to heal. You need to go book for therapy. You need to heal. Don't let this thing drive you mad. As she has said that this thing is driving her crazy. So don't just leave it to God and say, I'm just leaving it to God. No, you need to heal. This thing is deeper than you think. I'll say to the woman and people that find themselves in a situation like this, seek professional help. Book for counseling. Shout to me, book for counseling. Then also consider legal action if possible. People need to be held accountable for what they've done. They also understand that healing may mean separation from that marriage. It might not necessarily mean divorce, but it might just mean that you need to separate yourself from that man for a while to heal and to deal with it and to see if this man is responsible enough to be accountable and do what he needs to do to fix the situation. So I want to say to single ladies out there, understand that the person you pick to get married to determines a whole lot. So don't just go by feeling or by charisma. Understand that the person's value system, their character matters a lot. That is why you need to go for God-fearing people and not just somebody that profess it. You need to know these things. Don't just jump into marriage. Don't just be moved by the person that is more romantic or the one that spoils you the most. Please. A lot of people are suffering in marriage and it ought not to be. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage should be a blessing. When you get married, your life should move to a higher level, not going down. This woman's story is very heartbreaking, but it also makes us to ask the question that if you find yourself in her shoes, what would you do? And what would you also do to make sure you don't find yourself in this kind of situation, especially if you are single? So drop it in the comment. Let's learn from each other. I hope this has been a blessing to you. If you have not subscribed to the channel or you're not following me, please do so. Drop your comment, share this video, let people learn. I've come to realize that if a lot of people know the things that they ought to have known, a lot of people will not make the mistake and find themselves where they are today. So share this video, let people get to see and learn. Thank you very much. God bless you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.